Hi, today I'm going to show you how to make a beaded bracelet with a lobster clasp and wire protector. And it's really fairly simple. I'm going to go through first the list of supplies that you'll need, starting with the pliers. These are a flat nose plier. You can see it's sort of a rectangular tip and these are spring-loaded. You also will want a bent chain plier, which is a curved tip. In addition to that, you'll need wire cutters. You're going to need wire, of course. This is 0.3 millimeters, 30 feet for $9.99. You're also going to need hardware, starting with crimps. These are twisted crimps. You can get whatever ones you want. You'll need a lobster clasp. This is a 12 millimeter. I'm making a small children's bracelet, so I didn't want it to be very big. You'll need wire protectors, okay, and these are very small. You'll also need open rings, okay, and these are tiny as well. These are 5 millimeters. Last but not least, you're going to need beads, and these are the ones I chose. You can choose whatever you'd like. If you're wondering how many, you should check with the store when you buy them. I'm making a children's bracelet, so I want about 5 inches of beads. For an adult's bracelet, I would probably do maybe 6 inches. And most stores have a bead tray where you can put them in and see how many you've got and see how long your bracelet is. So first thing you're going to do is cut your wire. I've already done mine. You don't want to make it too long, but you also want to give yourself plenty of extra room. So if you're going to do a 5-inch bracelet, I might give myself 8 or 9 inches. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to put your open ring on your lobster clasp, and the way I do that is I'll show you really close here, the pliers, and you just turn them to open the clamp up, slide your lobster ring on, and then close it shut. Okay, and I have an example right here. This is what it will look like once you do that. Next thing you're going to do is take one of those little tiny wire protectors, those that look like a horseshoe. Okay, and you can see on the ends there are 2 circles. You're going to slide the wire right through the circles, up through the channel, and come out the other end. It's going to be a little tricky with a tiny wire. Slide it through one side, go up and over the top, and slide it through so it fits neatly right into the channel. Should look something like that, and then you can pull it tight. You'll have a little extra wire on the other side. Once you have that done, you're gonna slide your lobster clasp. Now you're gonna take it and go right through the open ring, okay, which actually is now closed, so that it's hanging right there from your wire protector. And then the next thing you're going to do is slide your crimp on. Now you slide it on one end. Usually I start with the long end. Don't let your clasp fall off the other side. Slide it on one end. And then when you have it on, you want to take that short piece of wire and slide it through, if you can see that. So they're both going right through the crimp. And then pull it tight. Being careful not to let your wire come all the way through. You should end up with something that looks sort of like this. Once you have that done, I take my bent nose pliers right on the crimp and pinch down nice and tight. Test it out, make sure the wire isn't going to slip. Okay, next step, you're going to slide your beads on. And this one you can do whatever pattern you want. Assume you've made that decision before starting. I'm going to do 6 big beads. And then I'm going to do 3 little ones in the middle. And then 6 more big ones. The nice thing about doing a children's bracelet is it goes fairly quickly. You don't want to make it too long. Okay, just 4 more beads here and then we can finish this up. Once you have all the beads on, it's going to look something like this. You're going to slide another crimp on the wire. Bring that down to the end. Take another one of your wire protectors. It's a little horseshoe shaped piece right here. You can see it. And slide the wire again through one side, bring it over the channel and slide it back through the other. To show you again, this is what it will look like. And pull it up nice and tight. Okay, and the last piece of hardware you're going to add here is another open ring, which you just slide on the end of your wire and make sure it goes into the wire protector, just like that. You can see that. It's not the best picture, I apologize. There. Now, this is where it gets a little tricky. You're going to slide the wire back in through the crimp. Okay, so you slide it through. And you'll have a situation that's looking like this. Okay, now you want it to be tight up against the beads, but not so tight that the bracelet won't bend. So you want to give yourself a little bit of slack. So I'm going to pull it a little tighter than I have it, but not too tight. And then take your I like using the bent chain pliers for this part, just because they're pointy, they're a little easier to get in. And you're going to just get right in there and give it a little pinch. Now, got that? You've got this little wire sticking out. What you're going to do is, hopefully you left yourself a little more slack than I did here, but you're going to slide it right in through the bead. Go in there with a little help, you just kind of slide it in. And this one is going in through, I might actually trim it down just a hair, it's a bit long. These are where the wire cutters come in handy. A little snip. Try this one more time. instead of making you wait, I'll just show you. This is what it will look like in the end. Voila, your bracelet. Thanks for watching.